Hello everyone! Sorry for the video gap, which I'll explain in just a bit, but in today's video, I thought I would show you how to make a few types of paper flowers. Over the summer, I was commissioned to make the decorations and desserts for a wedding. The wedding was themed around the color scheme we called Sunrise, with paper flowers as kind of the focal point. So that kind of sort of explains my MIA. First, when making paper flowers, you have to choose your paper type. You can use whatever you feel comfortable with. Because I had so many to make, I ordered colored paper by the ream and hand cut them using a small paper cutter to my desired size, which meant a lot of cutting. But you can also use origami paper or things that are already pre-cut. For the first flower, we will make a 5-petal flower. This flower is made up of 5 individual petals that are glued together. Fold your paper in half on the diagonal, and then fold each point to the top center. Next, fold the sides back in on itself, making another crease. Now unfold it. I know you're kind of back where you started, but trust me, it's worth it. I embellished each petal with a small doily. It was about 4 inches in diameter and I cut them in half just to fit the triangle better. I applied it with a glue stick, and you might want to wait for it to dry because it will kind of get a little messy and sticky once you start folding it back. Now open the side points using the pre-made creases. Fold their tips down along the center line, and you'll notice that it will kind of have a flat edge on the top. And then fold that shape in half. You'll want to fold 4 more petals, but I'll show you the steps again. After you've completed this 4 more times, glue the 2 outer flaps together, closing the petal. I used hot glue just because it solidified faster, but please don't burn yourself, as I did it many times, so be careful. Once you have all 5 petals, you want to attach them on their sides, with a point of the tears shape pointing inward. So you'll kind of have the outer tier more towards the outside, giving it a round effect. Once you have all your petals attached, you can garnish it with a centerpiece. I chose, it was kind of like a snowflake bead on a strand that came by the yard. I just snipped the threads that connected them. I thought that fit perfectly. They were flat on one side, which held hot glue really well. And yes, I used hot glue again. And yes, they flipped in my fingers. So again, be careful when using hot glue. But yes, once you have all your petals, attach a garnish in the center just to finish it off. Now you can make as many as you like. You can choose different colors. I personally did the purples and corals just because I wanted to add some like pop and punch, and I thought they worked well with the white centerpieces. Next, I will show you how to make a jasmine flower. Actually, our bride's nickname that her fiance calls her is his jasmine flower, so I thought it would be very fitting to put it into the wedding as a surprise. First, you'll fold your square of paper in half. Again, making pre-folded creases helps a lot in the process. Open the square back up and fold it the other way. Next, turn your paper over and crease it along the diagonal, allowing you to fold it in on itself, making kind of a diamond pattern. So you'll still have a square, but the top point will be the closed point and the bottom point will be kind of opened. Now you'll want to take one of the flaps and fold it in towards the center line, yet again making another crease. It should be done to both sides and resembling a kite. You can now open each pre-folded flap and make another kite. You'll see each side has kind of a different pattern. There's a horizontal line and then no line at all. Open to a side that doesn't have the horizontal line in the middle of the kite and fold the kite top downward to mimic the horizontal line on the other side. Now fold the entire shape in half and fold the long point up like a tail. Now here's the tricky part. Now fold the flat edge around the star shape to make it more star-like. Now it looks like an asterisk. Wait, I'll show it to you again. And starburst, jazz hands. Now open each spike of the starburst to be more petal-like. It looks complicated, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. Step and repeat, make as many as you'd like, and all different colors. It's a really simple flower once you get the hang of it, and it looks really pretty. I was even testing them out at work on just like scrap sheets of like wax paper from the back of labels, and they look kind of cute. Oh, so the third flower I'll show you is really simple. All you need is basically a hole puncher and a stapler. Using a hole punch, I used a 2-inch, I've kind of found in the scrapbooking section. Make a bunch of circles. Now fold each circle in half and crease it. Open it back up and fold the other way, but not all the way, just only around the center point. Do not flatten this side at all because you'll want it to have that round end on each side. Take 3 creased circles and stack them along the matching folded line. Use a stapler and staple right through that center. Now simply fluff up the open rounded ends. And there you have it. Adorable, fluffy little flowers. See, I told you those were super simple. But they're really cute and they look great in clusters. Now the last flower I'll show you is an iris or lily. You'll start out similarly to the jasmine flower. Cover up the horizontal line by folding into it. You'll have a very narrow kite. Do it for all 4 sides. You will see it now alternating between a blank side and a side with a triangle. On the blank side, you will want to fold it in on itself even more, making it even more narrow. Use a pen or pencil to curl each petal to give it more of a curved petal look. That will actually even open up the center a little more. And for these flowers, I used a yellow paper that I had printed with a traditional Chinese song called Jasmine. And there you have it, 4 different types of paper flowers. If you'd like to see what I did with these, stay tuned for one of my next craft videos. If you want to see more, click subscribe. You can also follow me on Twitter, Patreon, and Instagram for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.